8 out of 10 drivers are sitting on features that could literally save their lives, and they have no clue these exist. But here's what's crazy. One of these hidden tricks will prevent a $3,000 repair bill that mechanics never warn you about. And the wildest part, you've been ignoring it this whole time. Before you waste another cent, here's 10 secret car features hiding in plain sight. Don't click away. This will blow your mind. Let's jump straight into secret number 10.
Your gas tank has been telling you something this whole time, and you've been ignoring it.
Picture this scenario. You pull into a gas station driving a rental car, or maybe your friend's vehicle. You sit there for a second, trying to remember which side the fuel cap is on. You lean out the window, check your mirrors, maybe even get out to look like a complete fool. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. You've been doing this dance for nothing. Right there on your dashboard, next to that little fuel pump icon, there's a tiny arrow pointing left or right. That arrow is literally telling you exactly which side your gas cap is on. This has been an industry standard feature since the early 90s, yet surveys show nearly half of all drivers have never noticed it. Car manufacturers added this after countless complaints from customers who kept pulling up to the wrong side of the pump, but they never really advertised it, assuming people would figure it out naturally. The arrow is right there in front of your face every single time you glance at your fuel gauge. No more guessing games, no more awkward repositioning at the pump, no more feeling like an idiot in front of other drivers. Just one quick look and you know exactly where to pull up. This tiny detail saves time and embarrassment every single fill-up. Now here's something that could actually save your life, and it's been sitting right behind your head this whole time. Most people think headrests are just there for comfort, something soft to lean against on long drives. Dead wrong. Those headrests in your car are actually designed as emergency escape tools, and almost nobody knows about it. If you ever find yourself trapped in a sinking vehicle or stuck after a serious crash, those metal prongs holding your headrest in place become your ticket to freedom. Pull the headrest straight up and out. Those metal bars aren't just random support rods. They're specifically engineered to break car windows. Jam one of those prongs into the corner of your side window where the glass is weakest, apply pressure, and the window shatters. This design became standard after engineers realized people needed a built-in escape tool that didn't require carrying extra equipment. The metal is strong enough to penetrate laminated glass, and the leverage from the headrest makes it easier to generate the force needed. Here's what makes this terrifying. Thousands of people have drowned in submerged vehicles or suffocated in crashed cars simply because they didn't know this feature existed. The tool that could have saved them was literally within arm's reach the entire time. Next time you're in your car, reach back and feel those metal prongs. That's your emergency exit system hiding in plain sight. And knowing this could be the difference between life and death in the worst moment imaginable. Let's talk about something that leaves people stranded every single day. And the fix is already in your hand. You're walking to your car. You press the button on your key fob, and nothing happens. Battery's dead. Panic mode activated. Most drivers immediately think they're locked out and start calling for help. But here's what the dealership never bothered to show you. Inside that fancy electronic key fob, there's a hidden mechanical backup key that works even when the battery is completely fried. Look closely at your fob. There's usually a small button, latch, or sliding mechanism on the side or back. Press or slide it, and a physical key pops right out like something from a spy movie. But wait, there's more. Your car door has a hidden keyhole too. It's typically concealed under a small plastic cover on the door handle. Pop that cover off with your fingernail or the key itself, and boom, there's your old school lock cylinder. This backup system exists because manufacturers knew electronic systems fail, and they didn't want customers getting locked out every time a battery died. The crazy part is dealerships and car salespeople almost never mention this during the purchase process. They're so focused on showing off all the high-tech features that they skip over the most practical failsafe. This simple backup could save you a $200 locksmith call at midnight when you're stranded in a parking lot. It's insurance against technology failure, and it's been there all along. Here's a feature that became mandatory after some truly horrifying incidents, and it could save a life. Before the year 2002, dozens of people died every year from being trapped inside car trunks. Kids playing hide and seek, kidnapping victims, even adults who accidentally got locked in. The deaths were gruesome, either from suffocation or extreme heat. That's when federal law stepped in and required every passenger vehicle to have an internal trunk release handle. Open your trunk right now and look inside. You'll see a handle that's usually bright yellow, green, or glow-in-the-dark material. That handle is your emergency escape if you ever find yourself trapped inside. One pull and the trunk latch releases, letting you push it open from the inside without any tools or outside help. The glow-in-the-dark coating is genius because it stays illuminated for up to 8 hours after exposure to light. Even in complete darkness, when panic is setting in and rational thinking goes out the window, that glowing handle remains visible. Here's what's disturbing. Many car owners have never looked for this handle or even know it exists. They've owned their vehicle for years and couldn't tell you where the trunk release is located. That's dangerous ignorance, especially if you have kids who might climb into the trunk while playing. This isn't just some random safety feature. It's literally life or death equipment that's legally required to be there. Take 30 seconds next time you're near your car and locate that handle. Show it to your kids, your family, anyone who rides in your vehicle. That knowledge could prevent an absolute tragedy.
Now let's talk about a button that most drivers think is just for recycling air, but it's actually doing something way more important. You're stuck in traffic behind some diesel truck, belching black smoke like it's trying to hotbox the entire highway. That little button on your dashboard with the car and circular arrow isn't just there to save gas. It's actually your car's defense system against outside pollution, toxic fumes, and even biological threats. When you hit that recirculation button, your car stops pulling in air from outside and starts cycling the cleaner air that's already inside your cabin. Most people don't realize this, but outside air carries exhaust particles, allergens, industrial pollution, and all kinds of nasty stuff you don't want in your lungs. The recirculation mode creates a sealed environment where your cabin filter only has to clean the same air over and over, instead of constantly processing new contaminated air from outside. Here's the bonus nobody tells you about. Using recirculation mode in extreme heat makes your air conditioning work Your AC doesn't have to work as hard, cooling air that's already been cooled, which means faster temperature drops and less strain on the system. That translates to better fuel economy and a longer lifespan for your AC compressor. And there's another hidden benefit. By reducing the amount of outside air being filtered, your cabin air filter lasts significantly longer. That's one less expensive service appointment you have to schedule every year. This simple button protects your health, saves money on repairs, and makes your AC perform better. Yet, most drivers only use it randomly, without understanding what it actually does. Next time you're behind a smoke-belching truck or driving through an area with heavy pollution, slam that button and protect yourself. Here's a nightmare scenario that happens more often than you'd think. Your battery dies while you're in the middle of traffic and you need to push your car to safety. But there's a massive problem. Your car is in park, and you can't shift it into neutral because the electronic shifter needs battery power to work. You're stuck, blocking traffic while angry drivers honk and road rage builds around you. But hold on, there's a secret manual override that almost nobody knows about. Look around your gear shifter and you'll notice a small plastic cover, usually square or circular. That cover is hiding your shift lock release, a mechanical override that lets you shift gears even with a completely dead battery. Pop off that cover using your car key or a small screwdriver. Underneath, there's a button or small slot. Press that button or insert your key into the slot, and suddenly you can move the shifter freely without any electrical power. This safety feature became mandatory after several highway incidents where dead vehicles couldn't be moved out of traffic lanes, causing massive pileups and dangerous situations. The mechanism is purely mechanical, meaning it works even when every single electronic system in your car has failed. Knowing about this feature is the difference between safely moving your car out of harm's way and sitting there blocking traffic while emergency vehicles can't get through. I've seen drivers wait for hours simply because they didn't know this button existed, causing traffic jams that backed up for miles. The location varies by car model. Sometimes it's right next to the shifter, sometimes it's under the shift boot, and in some vehicles, it's a small hole that requires your key to activate. Check your owner's manual right now and find out where yours is located. 5 minutes of research could prevent a dangerous situation down the road. Let's talk about something that'll change your summer driving forever. We've all experienced that moment when you open your car door after it's been sitting in the sun.
and you're hit with a blast of air so hot it feels like opening an oven. The steering wheel is untouchable, the seats are scorching, and you're sweating before you even sit down. But here's a feature hiding in your key fob that most owners never discover. Your unlock button does way more than just pop the locks. On many modern vehicles, if you press and hold the unlock button for several seconds, all 4 windows automatically roll down. Some cars require a specific pattern, like 2 quick presses followed by a hold, and certain models make you enable this feature in the settings menu first. But once it's active, it's an absolute game changer.
This feature originated in European markets, where people regularly park in direct sunlight for extended periods. Manufacturers realized that pre-ventilating the car before entry made a massive difference in interior temperature and driver comfort. American car makers quietly included this capability in their vehicles, but rarely advertised it, assuming drivers would stumble upon it naturally. Here's the science behind why this matters. When your car sits in direct sun, interior temperatures can reach between 130 and 170 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to cause heat stroke, especially in children and elderly passengers. By rolling down the windows remotely while you're still walking toward the car, you allow that superheated air to escape and cooler outside air to rush in. By the time you actually get inside, the temperature has already dropped 15 to 20 degrees. It's completely free, requires 0 modifications, and could literally prevent heat-related medical emergencies. The specific steps vary by manufacturer, so check your owner's manual or try holding the unlock button next time you're near your car. You might discover your vehicle has been capable of this the whole time. While we're talking about storage space, let me show you something that's probably been hiding right under your seat this entire time. Most drivers complain about not having enough room for their stuff, throwing things in the back seat or cramming the trunk full. Meanwhile, they're sitting on top of secret storage compartments they never knew existed. Automakers have been sneaking hidden storage spaces into vehicles for over a decade, and most owners never find them. Jeep has been particularly clever about this. The Grand Cherokee has at least one concealed compartment that's so well hidden, even professional car thieves wouldn't think to look there. Volkswagen Golfs hide storage under the driver's seat. Infiniti G35 models tuck a secret space inside the rear armrest. Some SUVs and minivans have entire floor compartments hidden under removable panels. These aren't decorative features or design accidents. They're intentional storage solutions that maximize interior space without cluttering the visible cabin. The locations vary wildly depending on make and model. Some require you to lift a seat cushion. Others need you to pull up a floor mat and remove a panel. Certain models have a small handle or latch that releases a hidden drawer. Here's what makes these compartments so valuable. First, they're perfect for storing emergency supplies like flashlights, first aid kits, or roadside tools, where they're accessible but out of the way. Second, they provide secure storage for valuables when you're parking in public areas. Anything stored in these hidden spots is completely invisible to potential thieves looking through your windows. Third, some of these compartments are actually waterproof or water resistant, making them ideal for items that could be damaged by spills or moisture. The crazy part is, these features don't add any significant cost to manufacturing, yet they provide tremendous practical value. Take 10 minutes to explore your vehicle's interior. Lift seats, check under floor mats, examine armrests. You might discover storage space you never knew you had. And suddenly, your car feels a lot more practical. Here's something your car might be doing for you right now without you even realizing it. You're driving down the highway listening to music, and you notice the volume seems to increase on its own. Then you slow down for a red light, and the music gets quieter. You're not imagining things. That's speed-sensitive volume control, and it's one of the smartest features most drivers never know they have. As your speed increases, road noise gets louder. Wind rushing past the windows, tires humming on the pavement, engine working harder. All of it creates background noise that drowns out your audio system. Instead of constantly reaching over to turn the volume up and down, speed-sensitive volume control uses sensors and sometimes even cabin microphones to monitor ambient noise levels.
When the system detects increased road noise from higher speeds, it automatically raises the volume to compensate. When you slow down and things get quieter, it lowers the volume so you're not blasted with unnecessarily loud music at a stoplight. The really sophisticated systems actually learn your listening preferences over time. They create a personalized volume curve based on how you typically adjust the sound at different speeds. Some advanced versions even detect whether your windows are up or down and adjust accordingly, since open windows dramatically increase cabin noise. Here's the safety benefit that people overlook. You're not fidgeting with controls while driving. You're not taking your eyes off the road to find the volume knob or reaching for the touchscreen. The car handles it automatically, which means you stay focused on what actually matters, the road ahead. But here's the catch. Many drivers accidentally disable this feature in their settings menu, or never know to turn it on in the first place. If your car's volume seems to fluctuate mysteriously, don't assume something's wrong. Check your audio settings for options labeled Speed Volume, SVC, or Automatic Volume. You might discover your car has been trying to help you this whole time.
And now, for the #1 secret that'll give you peace of mind every single day. How many times have you walked away from your car, taken a few steps, then stopped dead in your tracks thinking, did I lock the doors? That moment of doubt hits everyone. You stand there debating whether to walk back and check, or just trust that you remember pressing the button. Half the time, you end up walking back just to confirm, and of course the doors were already locked. But here's what modern cars can do that eliminates this anxiety completely. When you walk away from your vehicle with the key fob in your pocket or bag, the car automatically locks itself once the fob reaches a certain distance. You don't press any buttons, you don't look back, you just walk away and the car handles the rest. The technology uses proximity sensors built into the vehicle that constantly monitor the distance between your key fob and the car. Once you cross the preset threshold, which is usually around 10 to 15 feet, the locking sequence engages automatically. Some vehicles give you options to customize the delay, maybe 30 seconds or a full minute in case you need to run back for something you forgot. Certain models add a confirmation beep or flash the lights to let you know the doors are secured. Here's what makes this feature absolutely essential. First, it protects your belongings when you're rushed, carrying bags, or dealing with kids. Your hands are full, your mind is distracted, and you might forget that critical step of locking up. The car doesn't forget. Second, it dramatically reduces the risk of theft from unlocked vehicles, which is one of the most common causes of car break-ins. Criminals constantly check parking lots for unlocked doors because it's an easy score. This feature eliminates that vulnerability entirely. Most importantly, it gives you genuine peace of mind. You never have to glance back over your shoulder or second-guess yourself. You know with certainty that your car is locked because the system never fails to do its job. And here's the frustrating part. Many car owners have this feature built into their vehicle, but go years without ever activating it, simply because they haven't explored the settings menu. The capability is sitting there dormant while they continue the old routine of manually locking and obsessively checking. This feature might be buried in your infotainment system under Settings, usually in a section labeled Locks, Doors, or Vehicle Access. Some cars require you to enable it through the key fob by pressing a specific combination of buttons. Check your owner's manual, because this peace of mind might already be waiting for you to activate it. So how many of these secrets did you actually know? Drop a comment below and tell me which one shocked you the most. If this video just opened your eyes to features you never knew existed, or if it's about to save you from expensive repairs and stupid mistakes, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. We dig deep into automotive secrets that dealerships and mechanics gatekeep from regular drivers, and your wallet will definitely thank you for sticking around. Now, there are even more tricks that the automotive industry keeps buried, but they can easily save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Click the next video because trust me, what you're about to discover will completely change how you think about your car.